So Wuthering Heights is a 2026 gothic romance directed by Emerald Fennell, starring Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie as Heathcliff and Catherine, two people consumed by a love so obsessive, so all-destroying that it echoes across generations. That sounds incredible. This has been a book that's been, very famous, adapted multiple times, and now we have this modern remake of it. And I was very excited for this just based on the trailers, but this isn't that great. It's kind of all over the place. It kind of misinterprets what the book is even about. And I will say I love a good remake. For a movie that's been remade so many times, you want to do something different. It's just that what this does different, it brings this kind of campy quality to it, but it doesn't fully lean into it. I think it needed to. When I first heard about this movie, I was skeptical, and not for deep cinematic reasons. It was simple. You're casting Margot Robbie, who's pushing 40, opposite Jacob Elordi, who's 26. Both of them are absolutely massive stars right now. Something about that pairing just felt kind of manufactured, like a boardroom decision dressed up in corsets. Did they have chemistry? Had they ever been in a movie together? No. But they're both so gorgeous and bankable, so here we are. And look, Elordi is not a bad actor. Priscilla Frankenstein, he's clearly trying to do some serious work. And Margot Robbie has a producing partnership with Fennell going back to Promising Young Woman. They were in Barbie together. She worked on Saltburn, so this isn't random. There's a creative friendship here, I get it. I just walked in cautious. Here's the thing, though. The first 40 minutes totally had me. The sets are stunning. The costumes are gorgeous. Line Sandgren cinematography is absolutely fantastic. No surprise there, the man is one of the best working today. And the Charlie XCX score is throbbing. It genuinely does heavy lifting. There's even a new Charlie track, Chains of Love, that plays mid-movie, and it works. It's the kind of stylistic swing that reminds you of Baz Luhrmann doing The Great Gatsby, using modern energy to breathe life into a classic story. For a while, I was fully on board. This came out on Valentine's Day. It was perfectly marketed. It looked like the kind of lush, epic costume drama that doesn't get made very often. I was vibing. But here's the problem. Wuthering Heights wants to be a deep, true romantic epic, and it is none of these things. It's a hollow shell. It looks like a great love story. It cosplays as a great love story. But underneath all that beautiful cinematography and costume drama and that banger score, there just isn't that much going on. Emerald Fennell has said publicly that this movie is meant to capture what it feels like to be a 14-year-old girl reading the book for the first time, that hyper-romantic, almost fantasy version of the story. And I kind of respect the concept, but in execution, it turns out to be one of the most psychologically complex novels in the English language, and turns this into something that feels more like elevated, smutty fan fiction. There's a sexual stylization running through the whole thing. Not hard R, not really raunchy, just this constant provocative haze. And rather than deepening the story, it kind of flattens it. The movie also makes changes from the source material, and look, I'm not a book purist. The Iron Claw cut out a real person who actually died to make the narrative work, and that was the right call. Adaptations do make sacrifices. I don't think Fennell's changes are unforgivable. I just think they're in service of a vibe rather than a story, and a vibe can only carry you so far. By the second half of the movie, this movie gets so repetitive, it gets long, it loses momentum, and the emotional core, which should be devastating, never quite lands because we're always at an arm's length from these characters. We're watching them look incredible in their beautiful locations, but we're not inside their pain. Now, this movie did make money. Is it going to continue to make money? Absolutely. It's already pulled in over $80 million on its opening weekend. That's a massive opening weekend, and honestly, you can see why. February is a dead zone at the box office. Avatar had IMAX locked up for 6 weeks straight. Audiences are starved for something to go see, and this movie is genuinely fun to watch. Plus, this is playing in IMAX screens, so it gets the benefit of that. People love Bridgerton, people love a costume drama. This scratches that itch. Smart marketing, perfect release timing, two huge stars. It was always going to perform. But performing and being great are two different things. Again, I think Emerald Fennell is a genuinely talented director. Her visual instincts are sharp, her collaborators are world-class, and there are shots in this movie that are flat-out beautiful. But her scripts keep getting in the way of her direction. Saltburn had this problem too. She knows how to make something look like it means something. The follow-through just isn't there. Audiences deserve better than a movie that poses as an epic and delivers a mood board. I hope her next script is sharper, less fanfiction, more substance. Wuthering Heights is beautiful to look at. It's fun enough to watch and almost completely hollow at its core. It's a very stylish way to fail.